if we could also spend a few moments on how this a limited partnership in most cases, which is used to acquire assets, where there is an operator who sits on the general partnership side, and there are limited partners who sit on the limited partnership side. Obviously, there is an agreement between these two sides. The general partner operates the asset, finds an asset, upgrades it, operates it, and eventually makes a decision to exit it, depending on the market and where the business plan is. And the limited partners have limited liability, and they're sitting back and have put their trust with a general partner. Talk to us about how does a general partner earn their living? Obviously, it's done through fees and the profits. But how is that? And give us a perspective of a limited partner when picking and choosing a general partner. When do those fees come into effect, and how do those get assessed as a limited partner's view?
Yeah, exactly. So what we're talking about here is just, again, the legal term, I guess. So private placements. So they're private, meaning that there's no public market to trade these securities like you would have on the stock market. I can't put in 50K in a private placement and then tomorrow say, all right, I want that 50K back. It's locked in, it's illiquid, for a period of time. So to your point, so the first thing to recognize is on the active side, which is the general partner side, okay, it is a job. You are working in the business of executing a business plan, okay? It's a day-to-day, it's a week-to-week, it's a month-to-month. It is a firm commitment. You're answering to investors, you're raising capital, you're checking in on properties, you're having meetings with property managers, or working with brokers. There's a lot of active components here. So first, recognize that you're setting yourself up to do this as a career, or as a job. So just be aware of that. Some people, I think, I don't know, they go to conferences or something and they think, well, I'm just going to do this part-time. I work 80 hours a week over here and I'm just going to syndicate some deals over there. It doesn't really work that way. So be prepared. The general partners, you could structure your deals different ways, but I would say commonly, how do you make money? You have an acquisition fee usually, which is going to be a percentage of either the capital raised or a percentage of the closing price on the deal. Again, you could do this different ways, but it's once you close the actual deal, you're going to make 1%, 2%, 3%, depending on the property size of that deal size. Number two, you usually have an asset management fee. So that's for managing the business plan, right? For hiring the right folks, for making sure the construction crews are coming out and doing what they're supposed to do, making sure you're staying on budget and on time, allocating the right, property management groups, if I didn't already say that. So you're managing the business plan. So that's usually, 1%, 2%, 3%, whatever. It could be gross collected rents, or you could choose other ways to pin that metric to. And then some you said earlier is key. The main incentive, the main way that a general partner gets paid usually is on the back end or the sale of the property. So if you actually do everything correctly, and as you hope, if not hopefully better than your projections, you get a split usually on the end. So say simple numbers, right? I'm really bad at math, but if you buy $1 million property and then you have like a 70-30 split on the back end, 70% of the equity upside, how much that property's gone up in value, usually goes to, say, the limited partners. And then that 30% would go to you or the general partners, putting the deal together. That could be an 80-20, 70-30, 60-40. People structure it different ways. You can get very complicated with it, but in a general sense, those are kind of the three general fee structures. And so all in all, is there more to be made potentially as a GP? Absolutely. Is it a job or a career? Absolutely. So that's how I looked at it. Is this what I personally want to be doing with my time? 40 plus hours a week. For me, it wasn't, but for a lot of people it is. So just be aware of that.